Hey folks, Silveus back here for the tour of the Tibian continent. I've decided to make a series of videos kind of showcasing each of the towns and some like local hunting spots, just to kind of give you a feel for what's what and where you go. So currently I'm in Thais, and currently it's lagging a little bit, which is kind of a pain. Thais is kind of the most popular starter town for free characters, at least it was in the past. I don't know if it still is. I can't imagine things have changed much, though. Thais is a pretty good city for new characters, so this is the depot. Yeah, I'm really laggy. It's kind of terrible. Look at all the players in here. Right now it's King's Day in Thais, which is like a special event to celebrate the king, so there's like, you know, ribbons and stuff all over the place. That only happens rarely. So yeah, the depot is where you can store stuff inside of here. It has a bunch of storage capacity. I forget exactly how much it is, and premium players get a little bit, well, get a lot more, but free players still get a decent amount. You get your mailbox and access to a market. My understanding of the market is that free players can access the market to buy or sell items. For example, let me just pull up the market here and type in, I don't know, sword. Bright sword. Okay, bad example. Broadsword, bad example. Okay, broadsword. So here we have broadswords. A free player, if they had a broadsword, they could click on one of these buy offers and sell one of their broadswords for 401 gold. Or if they needed to buy a broadsword, they could click on one of the sell offers and buy one for 469 gold. However, what a free player can't do is put their own offer up. So a free player cannot put an offer to buy a broadsword at 405 gold, nor can they put a sell offer to sell theirs at, let's say, 450 gold or something like that. So there's some limitations there for free players, as you can see. Otherwise, though, this is how the market works. Red offers mean that it's a bad deal, based off of like averages and stuff like that. I'm not too sure of the price of broadswords, but I think they sell to an NPC for 500. So these guys are offering to sell them for less than the NPC would buy them for, and then these guys are also asking to buy them for less, but these guys are offering bad prices. Also, you can see how this guy's trying to buy 169 of them. What these guys are just doing is they have an order hoping that people will sell broadswords to them, and then after they get a whole bunch of them, they'll just walk them to the NPC and sell them. Ugh, still kind of laggy. The Thais depot is goes 2 stories up. Well, 1 story, 2 stories, 3 stories up, and then it also has a larger basement section too, as you can see. Oh, the lag is not good right now. All right. So continuing the tour of Thais. Wow, this lag is just not good. Maybe it'll be a little bit better if I map click instead of manually trying to walk. This is the southern exit of Thais, which I showcased on my my Tibia Walk of Shame video. If you go up a little bit here, this is the Paladins Guild up right here. Keep in mind that none of these buildings will look the same way after the King's Day goes away. Paladins Guild, if you want to, you know, buy certain stuff like that, get your Paladin spells here, and the Distance Trainer is here. These things well, actually, I can just show it to you. You, like, click on it to activate it like you would any other item, and it logs your character out there. And while you're logged out on a trainer, if you log out for at least more than 10 minutes, you train your skills up. It is unfortunately a benefit to premium players to do that. However, the existence of the trainers make... Oh, it looks like the lag went away. That's good. This is the bank, but nobody uses the bank anymore because there's a bank inside of the depot. Anyway, the trainers make buying premium an amazing decision, because otherwise you need to manually train your skills up by like fighting monsters, and that's just a way less effective way of doing it. This here is the Sorcerer's Guild to my south. I would showcase it to you, but I'm not physically capable because I'm not a sorcerer. So when I try to step on this, it teleports me outside. The Sorcerer's Guild actually has houses to rent in it, and Tibia has houses to rent in all the cities here. Like, here's a house. Somebody owns it. You rent them monthly. The Sorcerer's Guild has houses inside of it, but you can only get to those houses if you're a sorcerer. So if you're not a sorcerer, don't rent one of those houses. Moral of that story. Let me open up my backpack again. So like here is a shop, for instance, that a player could buy. In the past, you know, you would actually like stand behind that and act as a shopkeeper and people would walk in, but things don't really work that way anymore. This is the boat to get yourself out of Thace if you want to boat to another city. Free players do not have boat access. They cannot boat. They cannot even boat to places that are also in free areas. Oh, the King's Mages have summoned some dorks in the Knights Arena. I'm going to check that out real quick. That building right here is the game shop. I'll show it to you real quick. So you can play like chess. There's a checkers board up here, and there's another game. And then this is the exhibit, whatever that word is. Jeez, my tongue's not working. I just did a video of that a minute ago. Gem shop, magic shop over yonder. This is the Knights Guild, and also the arena they were talking about. Let's get in there. Bam, kill the dorks. Or at least I'm trying to. That spell. There we go. Oh, that's a lot of dorks. This is not an everyday thing here. This is just like a unique because it's King's Day. Somebody paralyzed me. That's kind of annoying. Dorks are crossbreeds between orcs and dwarfs. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. And you know what? I don't really want to know how that happened now that I think about it. It's like the subject of nightmares if you visualize that. What is the rule for the internet? Like rule 34 or something like that? Oh wow. More of them are going to keep spawning. That's good to know. I know there's a chance that this like event summons something that's actually like dangerous. Like I think dragons can spawn. I'm very glad that I was not in here while there was like dragons spawning, because I would have been sort of displeased if a mass of dragons had appeared next to me. Some of these guys drop semi-valuable equipment, so I'm double checking to see if I get any, but it doesn't look like it does. It would have been cool if I was using a... right now I'm using a weapon called Enchanted Spears. They're cool, sort of. They're what you want to use as a paladin, kind of once you're capable of casting the spell to make Enchanted Spears. But beyond that point, they're not super great. The main reason why I don't like them is because they're less accurate than... I wonder what this guy's doing here. Huh. Don't know what this guy's doing. Stupid dork voodoo masters go invisible all the time. Also, they turn me into a chicken, which is annoying. I think there's another one, right? Or not. Ah, he got it. I don't know what this teleporter does. Oh, it just takes me outside. Cool. Alright, well, that was good enough for that. I'll go back to my tour. That is a special event, though, because it's King's Day. That's not a common occurrence thing. Anyway, yeah. Shop's there. Oh, right. I gotta get back on my horse. My water buffalo. Free players can't use mounts. I don't think so, at least. There might be one mount that they're allowed to get, but I'm not too sure. And this is another series of shops over yonder. These might be premium-only shops, actually. I'm not too sure. And if you want to do some farming in Tibia, you can cut down some wheat use a millstone on it, turn it into flour, and then bake yourself bread or cookies or cakes and stuff like that, because that's actually a thing you can do in Tibia. And over this way is the castle, the king's castle. King Tibinus is here. I'm not sure if it still works this way, but it used to work in the past that if you curse at the king, his guards will light you on fire and damage you and put you down to 1 HP. You have to say hail the king to talk to him. You can't just say hi. So I'm going to now showcase some quick hunting spots near Face. The first, and it's kind of the largest one, is called the Ancient Temple. And it's basically all underneath of Face. It also appears to be where this guy's going, yeah. The Ancient Temple has multiple entrance points, and they go multiple places. So if we go this way, these actually don't connect to anything, as far as I know. Oh, it does. Ooh, I'm kind of dark here. Let me turn my ambient light up. Hopefully that makes things a little bit better for this. So, okay, yeah, this is actually just pointless. Those 2 staircases were pointless. Don't go down those 2 staircases, as it seems. There are a lot of things in the Ancient Temple. I am not going to go this way right now because I'm going to make that into a separate trip. For now, though, I'm going to go this way. So you can go through here. The Ancient Temple has multiple branching pathways and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of different things inside of it. There are orcs, as you can see. There are dead orcs right here. By the way, anybody who runs into me is probably not going to be happy that I'm here, because I'm way too high of a level for these things, and I'm just wasting and kind of ruining their normal hunting spots. But you know what? Who cares? So we kind of go down this way. Yeah, so it's just orcs in this area. Now in this area we've got more orcs. What is this, a team of people? Level 10? Yeah, right. Well, I'm not going to interfere with their hunting. Okay, well, I'm going to kill this because this can actually hurt me. Anything that uses magic is still capable of hurting me. Here's just a little tiny room full of fire. I'm going to go over yonder. There should be... I'm using a different monitor, I mentioned, and it's like a really bad monitor. And I just walked right into that fire. That was great. Now, there should be a dragon down here. This is one of the things you need to be a little cautious about in Tibia. Looks like somebody just killed the dragons too, actually. This is actually a quest item right here. Yeah. I wonder if those guys killed the dragon. So, usually I think there's fire on top of that hole, and you have to use a destroy field rune to open it up. And then there's like 3 rubies or something in there. Anyway. You need to be careful in Tibia because a lot of times you're in a cave fighting like orcs, and then you go down a staircase or something like that, and there's just suddenly dragons there. So, Tibia kind of likes to mess with its players. There's actually a spot up in Carlin where you go down a staircase and a gate drops down on the stairs behind you so that you can't go back that way. And then there's a giant spider in that room with you. So if you're like a low level, you just die. I wonder if those guys were coming over here to do the quest over here too, because there is another quest over here. They are. Some beholders. Yep, so there's just some beholders here. These guys probably think I'm an idiot. I'm not going to kill their beholder for them. I'll let them take care of it. So you go quest through here, and there's beholders in here, though. I'm going to kill these ones. At least I'll kill some of them. And there would be a box there for some items. Ah, I didn't successfully kill that one. Whatever. These guys still probably think I'm some kind of like idiot for going into this cave. Although, what level is that guy? Yeah, okay. He's level 142. I guess he's helping his buddy here or something like that, but he's definitely more of an idiot than I am. Alright, so this is just some of the area of the Ancient Temple. I think fully exploring the Ancient Temple would probably be like an hour-long video, so I'm not going to obviously go through all of it, but I am going to exit out of another I'm not going to go out the same way I came in other words. By the way, this tunnel right here to the south, I think, let me take a look at it. Yeah, this one will lead you up here a little bit to the north, what is that, northeast? Yeah, there's a fire devil here, which is a semi-dangerous monster. I'll show it to you real quick. I'm just not going to go up all the way. Following this path up all the way would take you back to that area where when I first came in, I said I'm not going to go there because I'm going to make that into another video. But there's a fire devil. And now it's dead. And that's how fire devils work. Fire devils are ranged enemies. They keep distance from you and they shoot powerful fireballs and explosion attacks at you. So they're dangerous at low levels since at low levels you're slow and you have a hard time running away from things. You got to be careful with ranged enemies in Tibia when you're at the low level. They're kind of the most like threatening things possible. So we'll go back this way. Oh, that's not where I meant to go. I wanted to go up this way. So we'll loop through here. I am again going the wrong way. I have not been in the ancient temple in a really long time because it's kind of pointless for somebody of my level. And sort of once you know better places, you should just go to the better places, to be honest. So, I think I'm going the right way. As you can see, it appears to be like somebody else is hunting here. This is pretty common. The ancient temple is really big, and it's in free areas, and it's like good for new characters. Hope nobody died. Okay, that wasn't somebody's dead body. Get out of my way. So, yeah, you'll see a lot of people in the ancient temple. Now, if I remember correctly, there should be a dragon over this way. How high is the level? He's level 31. I wonder if he killed the dragons. I'm not sure if a level 31 non-premium knight would kill a dragon or not. Oh, dragon ham. Check that out. I will definitely steal one of those. There is actually a quest that eventually sends you over here. Okay. So he did not kill the dragon? Did he kill that? Man, I hate using enchanted spears. I'm only bringing them because they're far less expensive than bolts, and they also last a lot longer, but man, do I hate them. So yeah, there's like a mini quest that you can do over here. I can't go through the door because I've already gone through the door once. Hey look, dragon ham, broadsword. Broadsword, that thing I was talking about earlier. So yeah, this is one of those things I was talking about with Tibia though, because like you're down here hunting orcs, and then you go up here and you're like, what's down this hallway? Oh god, dragon. Also, if you don't really have a good idea of like the power level of a monster, it's sometimes hard to tell. So if you're a new character in Tibia, you could definitely think like, oh, maybe I can fight a dragon. You can't. Don't try fighting a dragon until you're pretty, like at least level 40, depending on your vocation, obviously. These are actually traps. When you step through them, they will injure you, like that. And that. And there are traps there too. And I'll broke myself out. Alright, so, whoops. I just walked right back down in that hole. That is another entrance to the ancient temple. There are other entrances. Up this way is a small town that's like part of Thrace. You could consider it like the Thasian suburbs. Thayan, actually, I think is the word. It's called Greenshore, I believe. Let me see. Yep, Greenshore. There's houses you can rent up here. There is no depot because it's considered part of Thrace. If you would like to rent a house out in kind of the wilderness, it's an option. I prefer to have my house, you know, close to things I need to be going to, but whatever. Over here is a minor camp full of some guys. There's a Valkyrie. If you're ultra low level and ultra poor, Valkyries have a chance of dropping plate armor, which might be legitimately like something you need. There is a Wild Warrior here somewhere. There he is. Wild Warriors have a chance of dropping an item called a Warhammer. Warhammers used to be really valuable back in the day. And the reason for their value was they were one of the easiest to get, but really high damage weapons. I shouldn't say they were super valuable. Actually, because they were easy to get, they weren't valuable money-wise, but they were like useful for low-level characters and things like that, because it would be like a comparable weapon, for instance, was the giant sword, and you got giant swords from like behemoths. So, but now they put minimum level requirements on weapons, so the suddenly the Warhammer is not valuable because you can't use it until you're like level 60 or something like that. Also, way back in the day, mages used to carry Warhammers because they were... mages didn't have a really good means of attack back then. They had to rely on like melee weapons. So since the Warhammer was easy to get but had really high attack, mages would use it to kill things like wild warriors or snakes, rather than waste their magic on those things. Things have changed since then. Magic regenerates faster, or mana regenerates faster, I think, in Tibia than it used to. I'm not going to keep killing these, actually, because they're wasting my stamina. But yeah. So the other spot I want to showcase is up here, and there's two things of note up here. First is there's a bunch of bears. Bears drop a lot of meat. They also drop an item called bear paws. Bear paws are used in a quest and are relatively rare. This deer is super annoying. So if you get lucky and you can get a bear paw sell for maybe around like 5,000 gold or something like that, considering that they drop from bears and that you can kill bears starting around like level 2 on Rook Guard. It's a pretty valuable deal. And then this is the Orc Peninsula. You got some generic orcs. It's also one of the very few places that you run into orc riders, which I just think is cool. They're orcs riding giant wolves, as you can see. Orc riders have a chance of dropping orcish axes, which can sell to an NPC for 350 and can potentially sell to other players for a little bit more, because the orcish axe is a really good axe for, I think, characters level 20 and under. So there's a little bit of value on that item now, whereas in the past there was definitely not. However, worth mentioning is that the Orc Berserker hits really hard. He might not hit me very hard, though. Yeah, hits for 98 there. 26. Yeah, he's having a hard time getting through my shield because I have really high shielding. Relatively high shielding. Same with the Orc Riders. They hit kind of hard, so this place can be sort of dangerous to low-level characters. Shouldn't be that dangerous, though. Just don't let yourself get swarmed and, you know, common sense stuff. Over to the right is just more like wilderness. There's not a lot of interesting things there immediately. There are some elf scouts over there, which are ranged opponents and are semi-dangerous. There's this little lake here, I think. Gonna go into it real quick. A frog, who also happens to be an NPC, it looks like. I'm not going to bother talking to him, but I want to see if I can open up this box. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that book and read it later on. I wanted to get inside of this place, because I think there's a little cave in the middle of this lake. At least there used to be. I don't know if there still is. NPC, that's a guild hall right there, by the way. Yeah, great. I'm inside, I think. Maybe? No? Maybe? There we go. This is what I was looking for. Is this guy? Yeah, this guy, I think, offers a quest for killing necromancers, and I think he also is the one that can divorce you. You can get married in Tibia, by the way, and if you decided that was a mistake, you can get divorced. And there's Bone Lords in here. So if you're getting married and you're not sure if it's for you and you're considering a divorce, make sure that you won't get killed by ghouls and Bone Lords, because otherwise your divorce is going to suck. Ooh, a brown piece of cloth. That's semi-valuable also. Another Bone Lord up here. Yeah, this is a like relatively easy to spot to get to if you want to try killing a Bone Lord. Again, most of this is for like the benefit of new players, and obviously not for the benefit of like veterans or anybody who kind of knows what they're doing. A veteran player should have a pretty good idea of whether or not they can kill a Bone Lord and whether or not they can kill a dragon, but a new player obviously won't. So outside of the quest that Lugri, I think, gives, and also Divorce, a veteran player has like literally no reason to go to this place. Likewise with the Orc Peninsula. Now I'm going to showcase Mount Sternum. We'll go up here. Gonna eat those blueberries. Blueberry goodness. It's an achievement to eat like 500 blueberry bushes or something like that. That's the only reason I go do it. I have that addiction for grabbing achievements. It's a bear. It's dead. He's level 44. Okay, I'm thinking the horse is actually a mount that you can get while you're in free area, because I'm pretty sure the way the horses work is you pay 500 gold to get them for like 1 day or something along those lines, whereas all the other ones are permanent. So Mount Sternum is full of Cyclopses for the most part. Makes it a good hunting area for knights and I think druids. And I think the reason why it's a good hunting spot for druids is because druids deal earth damage and Cyclopses are weak against earth damage. So yeah, Mount Sternum, that's the entrance I was looking for. Mount Sternum is all about Cyclopses, basically. There's just a little cave full of undead here. There's also like an actual legitimate area full of undead in Mount Sternum, but before I get to that part, I want to... This guy's level 73. This guy's a bot, would be my guess. Yeah, okay, so you get like other types of Cyclopses. You kind of can't see them all that well because they're currently been massacred. Oh wow, there's nothing in this hole. This was kind of pointless. There's called Cyclops Smiths and Cyclops Drones. They're all stronger than regular Cyclopses. Drones, I believe, have a ranged attack. They throw like boulders at you. Smiths might also have a ranged attack. He's level 33. And I know Smiths are the strongest one, and they can also make you drunk. So if you get in over your head with Smiths, you might be stuck. I don't want to go down here yet. I wanted to stick with the Cyclopses real quick. I just wanted to showcase the other two Cyclopses. Well, this might be sort of difficult with the multiples of people here. That up there is a quest to get noble armor. I forget exactly how you have to do it though. I know it's got a minimum level requirement that I'm not sure exactly what it is right now. I also don't know if they changed it, but in the past you had to answer questions to an NPC in there, and if you answered the question wrong, he would just kill you. I'm not sure if he still does that or not. Come on. Where do I gotta go in here? Mount Sternum is, a spot that's usually very populated with players, unfortunately. It has a high grouping of bots in it also. That's kind of a problem that's going to always occur in free areas because a lot more people are going to be in free areas because they can't go to premium areas. I'm almost positive this guy's a bot, so I'm not going to be at all concerned about being in his way because he's not actually human. You know what? Okay, I give up. Sorry. I wanted to showcase off the drones and the smiths. I will try going right here for 1 second. I could report him if I really cared, but I don't. Alright, Cyclops Smith. They hit a little bit harder than regular Cyclopses. I'm not attacking him. There we go. They can make you drunk. They do have that ranged attack. Blah, 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 blah. I'm bad at this, apparently. There we go. So, yeah, this is a good spot for low-level druids. Good spot for knights. Unfortunately, it's botted pretty heavily. And because it's full of bots, and it's also full of low-level players, if you're playing on a non-PvP world, there's a good chance that there's going to be PKers, player killers, in here. It's also a pretty decent spot to hide if you're a player killer. I'll get to that in a minute. So, yeah. Long story short is that while in theory this might be a pretty decent place to hunt, so far I've ran into like 4 separate people, I think. One of them, at least I know, is a bot, and it was way too high of a level to reasonably be hunting in here. And there's player killers. One thing about PKing is I'm not sure. I know they changed the PvP system at some point, and I don't do any kind of player versus player combat for various reasons. One thing you want to know about Tibia is that you can attack somebody for no reason, and you can get attacked for no reason. And that is problematic, obviously, because you can get attacked by somebody who's way... I went down the wrong spot again. You can get attacked by somebody who's way stronger than you, who you have no hope of fighting. For instance, like, I could run into a level 8 character in here, and while I'm level 80-something... What level am I, actually? I'm level 88. It's down there in my chat log. I could attack him, and that level 8 would have 0 chance of surviving an attack by me. The reason why I don't do a lot of player versus player combat, by the way, this is a undead area that I'm currently going to, is because a lot of people have like friends or their alternate characters. Like I could make another character called, you know, whatever I want to call my character, and then run around here and do whatever I want. And then if somebody kills me, obviously not here because this is a non-PvP world, but if somebody kills me, I can come back on Silveus, the level 88, and be like, oh, you killed me. I'm here for vengeance. And a lot of people are backed up by their high-level buddies and stuff like that, too. You'll see a lot of people, like, acting like jerks, kind of, and then, hey, I'm in a dwarf mine now. They'll, like, act like jerks, and then when you, like, say something to them, they'll be like, oh, well, I'll just have my level 500 friend come over and straighten you out. So, I'm going to leave this dwarven mine area, because that's taking me a little bit into the territory of Khazad-dûm. Mount Sternum does seemingly connect to Khazad-dûm. Long story short, this place is full of undead. If you go deeper, you'll run into more undead. You'll run into like mummies and crypt shamblers and stuff like that, which I showcased on Helheim, for instance. Undead aren't super great for knights to fight. Undead are more offensive-oriented monsters. They hit kind of hard, but I have like low HP and low defense. The only thing that kind of sucks for knights fighting undead is the fact that they have a life drain attack that ignores your shielding. It's like a magic attack, essentially. So knights will take damage from these guys no matter what their shielding skill is. And that's the one reason why it's not great for knights to hunt undead. Besides that, though, undead generally are pretty easy to kill, give pretty good EXP, and drop decent amounts of loot, too, actually. So mages will do good here, paladins will do good here, at least in the undead part. Knights will do fine. And pretty much everybody can hunt cyclopses. Although I think cyclopses have a resistance to energy, and I think that's the main element that sorcerers use. So sorcerers might not do so hot in here. By the way, everything I just said there could be entirely wrong. So that's Mount Sternum. It's a pretty popular place. There's 2 other places I need to go to, and one of them I can't actually show off too well. Oh boy. Let's haste real quick, make this go a little bit faster. Utanihur. Alright. I'm heading to one of my favorite places in Tibia. It's called the Face Troll Cave. It is, as it says, a troll cave. Trolls are actually weaker than orcs in Tibia. They're not like powerful like they are in some other games. They also do not have regeneration like they do in other games. Tibia is weird with a lot of the like traditional RPG elements and like mythology and stuff like that. You know, their trolls are weird. Their paladins are very weird. I mean, who's seen a paladin that runs around throwing spears? Anyway, the reason why I like the Troll Cave is because it just has, like, it has soul to it. It is one of the first places I've ever hunted at, so there's a little bit of nostalgia mixed in. But it's just, like, the Troll Cave has personality. So, yeah, you go through here, there's these little piles of rocks, and then this one right here. By the way, you can tell you can walk across that one. This one I can't walk across. that means I can use a shovel to open this one up. So we're now in the troll cave. The troll cave actually splits into multiple different ways. What's this guy doing? He's a sorcerer. So there's a troll cave and there's a orc cave, and that was my computer booping. So you get a little bit of trolls, some troll champions. Sometimes I think there's some stuff in some of these boxes. Maybe not in these though. I could be wrong. I seem to be wrong. Also, if you really need to, you can use these to double as like light sources. Oh, okay, apparently can't take that one though. But can I take that? Okay, there we go. Now I got a little candle. So yeah, you go through here. What did I just... Oh wow, I was not paying any attention. Yeah, there's just a single troll in here, and then if you go down any of these grates, you've got a rat. I have, and I'm sure other people have, jumped down here without a rope, which is a mistake. What is this, mud? I'm gonna drink the mud. Bah, mud drink. He's a paladin. Trolls drop spears, which are like the introductory paladin weapon. So that's why paladins would like to hunt trolls. Also, yeah, here's some like basic equipment and a bag. An orcish horde ready for murder and plunder is amassing to begin its travel through the steps of Zao. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I suck at life. So some more trolls. I don't know if there's anything in any of these boxes. Doesn't seem like it. You can... Yeah, a little bit more trolls in here too. There's also a couple of orcs in this area. Looks like people have already cleared it out, which to be honest I'm fine with right now because I don't need to be killing trolls. Yep, a little bit more stuff. I think there is... Yeah, you can get some like bottles and forks and silverware in here if you really want. We go through here. This just, whoops, jeez, I gotta stop walking through fire. This leads me to that same place where I drank the mud. Yeah, anyway, though, as I was saying, trolls drop spears, which make them good killing for paladins, since they can get spears that way. More stuff. I'm not going to jump down this hole right now, because it's going to mess up my like order that I'm going. Oh, one trick, by the way, real quick, is monsters, some at least, can't go over like furniture like that. So he's got to like walk around that way. And now if I can go boom, 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 now they can't get to me at all. So if you're a paladin, for instance, or if you're a mage, you can just shoot them freely from there. Now, other monsters will push things out of their way. So you do want to just not assume that you're perfectly golden, and you can't get through that door, it's locked. It's kind of the same trick of using like firewalls to block monsters. Where, you know, you can hide yourself safely behind the firewall. Although, again, some monsters will walk through, like some monsters that have resistance to fire, or just some high-level monsters will just gladly walk through fields anyway. It's kind of the same situation. The whole idea of using boxes and stuff like that to block monsters stops being a viable option pretty quickly. So this is the orc section. We'd have some orcs up here, but everybody killed them. We can go through here, get some more orcs. That's a quest for the Postman's Guild. This area has 2 orc warriors in it. Somebody already killed them. And it goes over to here. That's a locked door that you can't open, as far as I know. Yeah, you can't lock it. I don't know. There might be a key for that, but as far as I know, there isn't a key for that. By the way, a lot of locked doors actually require keys, and you have to like be carrying the key and use the key on you. So now we're going to go back a little bit. I'm going to go down first, and I'll go up later on. Again, these people are all probably thinking I'm an idiot. You'll note, by the way, that I'll block for this guy because I'm kind of like that. There we go. Oh, come on, you stupid orc. I'm trying to keep the orc off of this guy. There we go. And now it's trying to run away from him. Okay, so there are 2 or 3 scorpions that spawn in this area. Usually this area is blocked in because this is a low-level area, and as I mentioned previously, scorpions are actually like a dangerous opponent. Here, I'll lure these things back to this guy and block them for him for a second. He probably thinks I'm trying to kill him, is the funny part. Well, the important part was that the scorpion didn't get him, so it's all good. Rotworms are over yonder. Oh, now I'm blocked. There we go. Can we get through here? Ah, come on. There we go. You can push monsters, but not all types of monsters. Some food spawns here, and also a fishing rod, which I'm going to take. I'll kill this orc since I doubt anybody knows he's there. Yeah, see now, like, it kind of looks like I'm trapped, but I can just push him out of my way. Not all monsters can be pushed. Pushing a monster seems to delay your attack, and also it takes a decent amount of time. Carrion worms are just stronger forms of rotworms. By the way, rotworms used to look different in the past. They used to look like just a big, like pulsating mouth that was on the ground. Like that thing that killed Boba Fett in Star Wars. They kind of look like that. Now, if you go down here, there's a mini quest down here. Get that out of my face. Out of my face! You have to walk through the poison, though. Slimes are an interesting enemy. They hit semi-hard. They're not super durable. By the way, it's this body that I already picked. The cool thing about slimes, though, is that they make copies of themselves. And you can kill the copies. They're basically just summons. You can kill the copies, and then they work like any other normal summon would. So they just don't give you XP and disappear. And when you kill the main body, the summons disappear. So let me cure my poison. So we keep going through here. More rotworms. This is what I like about this cave. There's like a decent mix of monsters, and it's split into like an even change. So now we go down here, and we've got more carrion worms, rotworms, and then also just a mix of skeletons thrown in for good reason. Carrion worms also are like didn't used to exist as a monster. They're relatively new. Now, I think rotworms are actually one of those monsters that you can't push. Yeah. Because they're like, you know, buried in the ground. How would you actually push that? So we go back up. Get out of my way. Oh, come on. They're like perfect at just juking and always being in my way. So now we just kind of backpedal here a little bit. Some people will take like this furniture or these boxes, for instance, and like block this bridge so that the monsters can't get across it. Usually the spot where those scorpions were is also blocked on both sides so that the scorpion can't come out. You'll also see that this is blocked so that nothing is right there at the bottom of the stairs. If we go this way, I'll just showcase this off. I'm going to cast haste again so that I go a little bit faster. Yeah, it'd be a lot cooler if I was like level 300 or something like that and I was lightning fast. So yeah, we got some more rotworms here. One of the cool things about this place is you can throw things into the lava and they burst into flames. So yeah, there's a little circular room full of a pit of lava with rotworms in it. I don't know why, I just think it's neat. Burn! If anybody watches my FTL videos, I've mentioned that I just have a fascination with like lighting the enemy crew on fire. I don't know what it is with being like lit on fire, but I just love it. So I just giggle a little bit when I throw things into the lava. Hence why I use firewall runes too. I want to go find that sorcerer guy real quick and then put a fire wall next to him. Firewall. Oh, I didn't do it right. Crap. There we go, firewall. Now he's definitely going to think I'm an idiot when he goes down there. Alright, and then the last place is up here. We go out here and we go into this little outside-y area. There's some wasps that I'm not going to bother to kill. And just a couple of orcs. I think there's 2 orcs and 2 wasps. And if you go up here, there's 2 scorpions. You can't get down that way. That's where the entrance is, right here. Where I like entered the cave originally. You can like... sometimes somebody puts like furniture here so that you can use the furniture down. But nobody did, so I'm going to levitate down. Exani her... I'm going to spell it right though on my first attempt. Down. So you can just teleport up that way. This is an actual area. It's the opposite side of where that was in the troll cave. You can go down here, and then there's a locked door. Whoops, didn't mean to go back down that. Get out of my way, Mr. Troll. Move, move, move. That door is obviously also locked too. So, alrighty. There are a couple of other, obviously, hunting spots around Face. There's nothing, like, spectacular, though. You can get some bunnies over there. Bunny. Let me levitate down again. Actually, I should just be able to go... Yeah, there we go. Oh, I went right down into the hole. It's kind of funny. Yep, and then this leads me also into the troll cave into one of those sections that I couldn't get into otherwise. I think there's like an NPC with a farm over here, and you can loot a whole bunch of vegetables from his garden if you really wanted to. I don't know why exactly you would want to. Back when I first started to play, I was always like ultra poor, and I couldn't really afford to buy like food from NPCs, so I would make a trek over there each time I'd go to the troll cave. I would go to the troll cave and then do that. Alright, there's one other place that I want to show. Unfortunately, it's kind of far away. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go there, and then I will end that video while I'm at that place. It's an island called Fibula, continuing the Tibia-themed bone theme. Mount Sternum, Tibia, Femur Hills, Fibula Island, although I think those are the only ones. Yeah, I don't know. Skeletons drop pelvises sometimes, but I think that's it. Oh, God. Normal skeletons. These are actually pirate skeletons. At least their design is. They're part of some really annoying quest right now that I don't know exactly what it's for. I also totally don't care, but they're definitely annoying and they're in the way. I also think they can make you drunk. I'm going to haste again, I suppose. So we're going to go over yonder. Yeah, I was going the wrong way. Whoops. It happens. It happens. There's actually a guild hall outside of Face on this side, too. I think it's called... I don't know what it's called. I want to say Blood Hall, but I'm not sure if that's it or not. Oh, I don't mean to do that. I just wanted to see what that mark means. Ecclesias? I have no idea what an Ecclesias is. That didn't used to be there in my old forms of Tibia. There used to be an NPC that would like wander around this area. His name was like Hardek or something like that. And he purchased items that other NPCs didn't purchase. So sometimes you would like carry a whole bunch of stuff to his place. Spirit Keep is the name of this guild hall. Anyway, yeah, you used to have to carry certain stuff. Specifically, one of the items I knew he purchased was bows, because you used to not be able to sell bows to that many different NPCs. Same with crossbows. And he also purchased an axe weapon called a hatchet. But things have changed. There also, if I remember correctly... Yeah. There is an item that is dropped by witches, I believe. I forget exactly what it's called. It's like a bag of apples or something like that. Oh, there's Hardek, by the way. So if you go to this incredibly old witch lady, sometimes she will turn you into a donkey, or herself into a donkey. Is she like immune to damage? Yeah, she's immune to damage. I'm not going to waste my things. So if she turns you into a donkey and you have a bag of apples, I think it was, you can use the bag of apples on yourself, and then you can get the donkey mount. The donkey mount is then, in that case, the easiest and cheapest one to get. Because all you have to do is just stand there until she turns you into a donkey with that item. Alright, so to get the fibula, I wonder how long this is going to stay on me. To get the fibula, you have to go through here. I remember the first time I did this, I panicked, because, you know, you don't really know what's under these caves, and I didn't know what was in fibula either. So you keep going down, which was making me nervous, and then you get into this place full of lava, and I was like, oh my god. Fire devils, fire elementals, dragons, so many horrible things could be down here. But who knows? Go, come on. Come on. That is a player who just happened to be standing right there. So this is Fibula. It's one of, I think, the oldest places in Tibia. And actually, noteworthy, it's got some history to it. I don't, you know, maybe Hardick didn't buy bows now that I think about it. This here is actually a house. The village tower flat, and it's like a multi-story thing. It's kind of unique. There is I think it was like the Tibia bar or something like that. Oh yeah, that was it right there. I walked past it, I think. Can I get, yeah, there we go. Nope, alright, I don't know what I'm talking about right now, I guess. There is a tavern that you can own as a renter in here somewhere. And then, yeah, here we go. This is the Guild Hall of the Red Rose. The Red Rose Guild was one of the original Tibian guilds, and they got their own special guild hall because they're so awesome like that. They also specifically have a shield that's unique to them. It's called the Shield of the Red Rose or something like that. And then finally, over here we have the Mercenary Tower, which is another guild hall, and which was designed by the Mercenaries Guild, which I believe was one of the first Tibian guilds also. And I'm pretty sure they also have their own special shield. Now, somewhere around here, and I kind of don't remember exactly where, because I don't think I've only ever been to it once or twice. I cut down that grass. Ooh, go me. God, I have no idea where it is. Let me say something to this guy real quick. Hi, does this guy sell me the key? Key? Ugh, what a piece of crap. Yeah, I'll give him 100 gold coins. What does he do for 100 gold coins? Oh, he wants 500 gold coins? Yes. He has stolen something from Dermont. Yes, okay. Is that the key? Alright, I think that's the key that lets you enter the Fibula dungeon. The problem is that I don't remember where the Fibula dungeon is right now. Which is unfortunate. I don't want to keep wandering around here. The Fibula dungeon is a really, really big dungeon. It starts off with rotworms and stuff like that. I've very rarely gone into it. I know there's dragons deeper inside of it, and I'm pretty sure there's a quest for a couple of different items in it too. Although, for the life of me, I do not know how to enter the dungeon right now. I kind of wanted to hop into it and explore it a little bit, but... Alright, here's what we're going to do, alright? I'm going to call this part 1 of face hunting and whatnot. And I'll end this video here, and then I'll come back with a part 2, which will include Mint Wall, the Fibula Dungeon, and also the Triangle Tower, just because I think the Triangle Tower is cool. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Come back for part 2. Oh, like, favorite, subscribe, comment, click on ads.